This is the Sears Kenmore 158 series made in Japan portable sewing machine. Today I'm going to be showing you how to remove the top and bottom covers, clean out the machine, the bobbin hook area, and also how to oil the machine so it'll run smooth, not give you any problems. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, it helps out the channel. So let's get into the video. I recently was lucky enough to pick up a couple of these Kenmore portable sewing machines. These are the 158 series sewing machines, and what I'm going to show you today is how to remove the top cover and the bottom covers and where the oiling points are on the machines. So you'll just need a few simple tools. I have a Phillips screwdriver, a slot screwdriver, just a simple brush here, and some sewing machine oil. I buy it by the gallon and put it in this small container. So what we'll start off doing today is there are two screws in the top of the machine right here, these two locations. If you get a portable Kenmore sewing machine like this and you don't see these, some of these were made where you could just pull the cover straight up off the machine. It might be a little tight, but if you just wiggle it and pull it up, it will pop off, because it's held in by two just little clips. So go ahead and take out these two screws. I'm going to try to reach over the top here to stay out of the shot. And what I'll do is I'll just tip the machine forward and show you where the oiling points are before I go ahead and put the actual oil on. Okay, so the top cover's off, just that easy. Now when you look inside, you're going to see, let me get a good angle on the camera here. Okay, you're going to see when you turn your hand wheel here, you're going to see that this might look really dry when you get yours, this area right here. You're going to want to oil where this fork is. I'll just keep turning that. You're going to want to oil right here. Right on this shaft, there is an actual oiling point here. I also oil both sides of that. I will oil right in this groove here. We'll save this area here for just in a minute when we get to that. And the easiest thing to do is just go ahead and rotate this. And the most critical to me is right in here, right where this fork oscillates back and forth. You want to make sure you get oil on that. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take the bottom cover off the machine also. Okay, I've got the machine tipped on its side. There's a steel plate here that's held in by 3 screws, and there's a plastic piece here, 2 screws, one here, one here. So we'll go ahead and get those out. Obviously the machine is unplugged. Alright, now just move this off to the side. Just keep in mind the steel plate goes behind this piece of plastic. Alright, I'll just set that off to the side along with the screws. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to see the motors right here with the drive belt. You can see it turning here. Now I'll go ahead and remove this cover over here. Trying to keep my hands out of the way. I'm going to turn this a little bit. I've got this on the piece of carpet just so I can move it around a little easier. Both these screws are the same length. We'll just set them off to the side. Okay, and this is your accessory table. And this is so you can have it be a free arm. I'm going to just set that out of the way. I could have taken that off right away. If you just watch me slowly remove this now. turn it towards you, and it kind of naturally rotates up, and it'll come right out. And when you put it back in, try to use that same motion. And it is a little bit fiddly. There it is. All right, let's continue. Okay, down here there are a lot of points that need to be oiled, so don't be afraid to take the bottom of the machine off. You'll be able to get it back on. You can see right here, this is the rod that connects from the top of the machine to the bottom. You're going to want to make sure you get some oil right in here. You turn this towards the camera. Make sure you get oil right in here and just start to move this. Put a drop of oil right in there in this little groove, and where you start to see metal rotating through shafts and on joints like this, that's the actual oiling point right there. Just start turning this around. You're also going to see these pins that go through. Right here is an oiling point. Wherever you see a shaft rocking on a pivot point, put a drop or two of oil in there. You can see this has already been oiled up. I've kind of cleaned this ahead of time a little bit because it was really dry. Okay, and then we've got another one right over here. And then this oscillating lever here will need a little oil. And then right down here, you're going to see a piece of silver. Let's see if I can, right here. There's like a small silver wheel right in there. Make sure you oil that. And then there's two more that are going to be a little bit harder to see. They're kind of hidden back. I don't know if we can quite get at those. Okay, we can see one. Yeah, well, I can see it, but you can't. All right, it's right back in here, way to the back here. You'll see another oiling point where there's another shaft that looks like this, only it's short. It's short right in here towards the back. That's going to need a little bit of oil on it too. Okay, let's see if I've got everything. And that should take care of all the oiling points on the bottom. It's important to oil both the bottom and the top so the machine runs smoothly, and it'll save a lot of wear and tear on the machine. All right, I'm not going to put those covers on just yet because we still need to go over the front area here. Right on top of here, there's the oiling point. You're going to see a spring because this shaft rocks back and forth to do the zigzag. So you're going to want to make sure to hit that one. Okay, obviously you're going to want to make sure to hit this shaft right here that's going up and down, your needle bar it's called. You want to oil that up good. Remember, if you put on a little bit too much oil, all it's going to do is wick out here and drip down. You can just, when you get done, if you're not using the machine right away, you can just put a paper towel here and wipe off any excess. And if you use sewing machine oil, which is the only oil you should really use, it shouldn't stain anything. It should just wash out if you get it onto some fabric. And then you're going to see another oiling point right here. You're going to see where all these little arms have pivot points. Make sure you oil all of those areas. And that's pretty much it. You get all of that oiled up and everything will be working much smoother. Let me see, I don't know if we can see this one. Right here is the oiling point for the zigzag. When you switch this machine to the zigzag position, right there, you're going to see this will start to oscillate back and forth. Right here, you can see it moving. And right in this little gap here, this arm is moving back and forth in the casting here on the machine. I've purchased used machines in the past where this is so, the oil is so old and dried up that this would not even move properly. And if that's the case, you'll need a little bit of penetrating fluid to loosen this up before you can oil the machine. If you get a machine that's really been neglected as far as oiling and maintenance. All right, well, I hope that helps everybody. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to put the covers back on the machine. It's pretty straightforward. We'll start with the top one. Oh, let me show you one more little spot you can put some oil. Now you don't want to oil this one, but over oil this spot. But right down in here, it's pretty dark, but I think you'll see it. Right down in here, there's oil. You can put a drop of oil. It'll just make the bobbin winder spin a lot easier when you're winding your bobbin on top of the machine. And one other recommendation I would have is if you have, I have another video I can link to this. If you're doing a complete maintenance and you need to clean out this hook area, you can just flip these two levers to the left and right and just grab the hook right in here and lift all this out. It's only two pieces. And you have two options. If you can vacuum that out, or you just don't want to, if you use some kind of compressed air, you don't want to blow all the mess that's here back into the machine, especially if you aren't taking it completely apart. If you're taking the whole bottom off, go ahead and just blow everything off with compressed air if you have that option. If you don't, you can just take a vacuum and kind of brush everything in here loose and vacuum that area out. And then what I'll do is I'll get the retaining clip for the hook off to this side, and I will just set that right back in there. The first time I did this years ago on a machine, it took me a while to figure out how that goes back in, but after hundreds of machines, it's pretty easy and straightforward. Then one other thing you can do after you've oiled your machine, if you've just picked up this machine on the second-hand market, and you're concerned about the timing on the machine, the best way to check the timing is go to a zigzag setting. Here, let me turn this. Go to a zigzag setting on this machine. It's right here. This is just a single dial, super simple machine. Go to the zigzag, and if it will pick up, if the upper thread, when it's run through the needle, will pick up the thread on the widest zigzag, the timing is right on the money. If it doesn't pick it up on zigzag, but it does pick it up on a straight stitch, you may have to adjust your timing a little bit. I'm turning the hand wheel towards me. You should always turn the hand wheel towards you. All right, well, that's pretty much everything on the oiling. Let's get the cover back on. Pretty simple. Just set it back on here and put your screws back in. This is a metal cast aluminum cover plate on here. You don't have to tighten these super tight. Just kind of snug them down a little bit. And I will take the time to show you. Let's demonstrate putting that bottom cover back on again. Put that little notch in the back, right in this area. Hold it at a slight angle, the same way you took it out. And just ease it in like this. I'm finding the trick is to keep this part up a little higher, like this when you set it in, and then just rotate it in. And close that door. Then you can put these two screws back in that you took out of the bottom. Just to save a little time here, I won't show putting them all the way in. And then you have your other three screws on this bottom piece. Remember, this metal tab will want to go on the back side of the plastic. Put those three screws in and you'll be all done. This is a good time to ask if you like my videos. Hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. It just gets the videos out to more people. And I've got to loosen that a little bit. Should get all three screws going in here before you tighten anything. Oops, and obviously that one screw is a little different. You will have the screw that goes in here is going to be a little bit different because that steel plate is threaded. Okay, I finally got that one going. I'm going to go ahead and snug these down a little bit. The screw that goes here will be a little different because there are threads in this metal plate. Alright, I got it going there. Okay, that was pretty simple. Everything we did there we could do with just a slot screwdriver, some sewing machine oil. Obviously I didn't put the oil on, I just showed you where to put the oil. And a little budget brush to clean out any lint, broken needles, thread. There we go. Now we're all put back together. And turn the machine over by hand. Everything's nice and smooth. We're good to go. As always, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. And see you in the next one.